In just a little bit of a week, the ghouls and the goblins, they'll be out and about looking for that candy in the neighborhoods across the state.
Of course, and while the pandemic is easing, there are still concerns. Joining us is Dr. Andrea Serinello, an infectious disease physician at MGH. Dr. Serinello, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Good morning.
Okay, we want to start with Halloween. So many young kids are still unvaccinated. How close to a normal celebration can we enjoy this year?
Yeah, you're right that as of Halloween, all kids under 12 will still be unvaccinated. But we can think about Halloween the way we think about other activities that are so important for our children. You know, most outdoor activities are very low risk for transmission of COVID. For kids to be outdoors, trick-or-treating, enjoying their Halloween is a very low risk activity. The indoor parts of Halloween celebrations do create a risk for spreading the virus, and you can reduce that risk, of course, by avoiding indoor Halloween parties. But if you take your kids to one, make sure everyone there who can be vaccinated is vaccinated, wear a mask, move the eating and drinking outside, and crack the windows open, even just an inch or so.
Ventilation is good. Okay, you know how this one goes. The holidays come fast and furious this time of year. Last Thanksgiving and Christmas, we were still really battling the virus. What do you think we can expect for this year?
The most exciting thing that's likely to change our holidays this year is that we will hopefully have a vaccine available for children aged 5 to 11 in early November. The FDA will meet about the pediatric vaccine next week, and CDC's advisory group on November 2nd and 3rd. They'll review the data that Pfizer shared, which the FDA just released publicly yesterday, and which really support both the safety and the effectiveness of this vaccine in younger children. So if we can get first doses into arms in early November and second doses right after Thanksgiving, it's really exciting that we may be able to have these kids fully vaccinated in time for the December holidays. So I think this is going to help make the holidays feel much more normal this year. You know, we're seeing declining cases in most of the country, and most estimates suggest that vaccinating as many children as possible will really help to encourage this continued decline in cases. Of course, there are still places with low vaccination rates and higher COVID rates, and if you live in or are traveling to those areas, you'll still need to continue to take care like last year.
Okay, let's talk about the big news this week, too. Not only are millions of Americans going to be cleared for boosters, mixing and matching vaccines is getting the green light. How quickly should people be moving to get those additional shots?
I think it's important to remind everyone that the first doses of the vaccine are very safe and very effective. You know, they dramatically reduce your chance of getting very sick or needing to be hospitalized. And they reduce your chance of getting any infection and spreading it to other people by a large amount as well. But we are seeing some breakthrough infections as more time passes after the first vaccine dose. And so it's really important for certain groups of people to get the booster now. So if you got Johnson & Johnson as your first dose more than 2 months ago, if you are at high risk of illness, which is usually people over 65 or with certain medical conditions, if you live in a long-term care setting or work in a high-risk environment. But for younger, healthy people who got either Pfizer or Moderna, there's really not so much of a rush.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Serinello. We appreciate your time this morning. Enjoy the weekend. She's the infectious disease physician from Mass General.